Oh, uh, Eddie Vedder. Yeah.
Eddie Vedder.
Yes.
Hang on, I just got to say thank you to Victor for reminding me to start the class. Thanks, Victor. I didn't hit that broadcast button. That would have been bad news. Okay, everybody. It's great to have you here. Maybe we'll get some more students. Maybe we won't. But either way, you guys are going to have fun because we got some interesting things to talk about today. I'm going to start us off with something really weird, a picture. Let's see what you think of it. Hang on. Let me share my screen with you. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to take this. This is big stuff. Big, scary stuff happening. Here it is. Okay. Now, let's ask Ava. What do you see here?
I think so. It's a moon. Or
that is correct.
It's correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the moon. But now, look again, Ava. Do you see anything else here?
Maybe a man. It's just a line, so not the real human people, but I think so. Maybe the black thing in the center of the picture is maybe a human body, and the universum in the left side in the little picture.
Okay. Maybe. Down here, yes. That's
yes.
That's sort of the galaxy, I guess.
Galaxy, yes.
Picture of the galaxy. So you're looking at this right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Now, Ava, you said it could be a human body. What about Heidi? What do you think?
Actually, I saw this picture yesterday in Daily Mail, and it said maybe alien or something.
So is he lying down or is he walking? What does it look like to you?
Sitting on some rock or something.
Okay. So, Victor, what do you say? What do you see here?
I see, yeah, kind of human body-shaped figure.
So, do you think someone's up there on the moon?
No, I think it's just similar to.
Okay. All right. Ivan, you have anything else to add?
No, I think so. Moon and I see in particular the crater, correct?
Okay, so you think this is a crater?
Yeah, I think.
So it's just making a shadow that looks like a person. Does it look like a person to you?
No.
You don't see it. Doesn't look like a human. Or an alien.
Oh, alien. Oh, really?
I'm just asking what you think.
No, I think no.
No, it does not. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's look at a little bit closer picture. Here's the close-up. Okay. Now, let's keep talking with Ivan. Now that you see it close up, do you think it maybe is an alien?
It's similar, but I think not alien.
Okay. Anybody else have any comments on the close-up? Okay, then. So it sounds like none of you think it's really an alien, but it does kind of look like a person. And here's another shot. This one's from Mars. So this time, let's ask Victor to have a look at this one from Mars and tell me what you see.
In the center of pictures, I see kind of a face or maybe mountain in shape of a face, human face or something like that.
Okay, up here.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Do you see the same thing, Ava?
Yes, I see the same thing. I think so also, that it's a face, or similar as a face. But I think so. On the left side there is also maybe face, a half face, but I'm not sure.
Down here somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, could be, could be. This is the one that everybody focuses on because it looks like a mask or a face buried in the Martian landscape. So why do you think it is, Heidi, why do we look at pictures like this and see humans and faces and things?
Maybe the same. The light and shadow cause this strange shape. But depend on the daytime, it's much different.
Okay, so depending on the location of the sun, you might not see anything, right?
For example, some landscape, sometimes people can see the face from the mountain. But depend on the viewpoint, it's different.
Okay, yeah, I
think
understand what you're saying.
I think that way works our imagination. We see something and our brain draws the rest of picture.
Aha, very good. Very good. Let's take another example of this. We'll call it a phenomenon for the moment. Let me just get this picture for you.
Because sometimes I look at the wall, for example, and I can see, yeah, something like that.
Go ahead, talk about it, Victor. What do you see here?
It's a wash disher, right? It look like
a clothes laundry machine, we could say.
clothes laundry machine, yeah, and it looks like like some strange creature with eyes, with tongue, with mouth.
Exactly. We see that in there, but it's not really that.
Yeah.
Yes, we see what we would like to see, which is not maybe not the true.
Okay, good. Here's another example coming up right now. All right, so Ivan, what do you see there? Or Ivan? Which do you prefer, Ivan or Ivan? I forget.
Ivan, because
Ivan.
Italia, yeah, Ivan, Italian region.
So
Oh.
Ivan, what is it?
Oh, the clock. I don't remember exactly the name, the particular thing, and I see the imagination, the face record me, remember me the face, the particular face, and the.
Yeah, so we attribute a human characteristic.
Yeah, human characteristic is very similar to face, It's a then the other face, for example, one wash machine or the moon. They remember me the face, the human face, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth.
Yes. So we've all done that. We've looked at the clouds, and sometimes we see in the clouds a person. Or do you remember a few years ago somebody made some toast? They toasted a piece of bread, and it looked like, I think it looked like Jesus on the toast. They thought that his face was there. I don't know if you guys remember that news article from a few years ago. But this is a phenomenon called, let me just type it in the chat box.
Several years ago, in the pond of shrine, there was a lot of carp. Some carp had a yellow color and black point. The pattern was likely a human face. So we called it a human face carp. It became famous. But from many places, it found the same kind of face found.
This is a fish?
Fish, carp.
Oh, a carp. Okay, yeah. That's
Japanese carp is very beautiful. Red or black or yellow and gold, right?
Okay. And it had this special look to it.
Yeah, and recently I saw some cat. The cat pattern was like really heart.
Okay. So all of these things we're looking at today, you see this word I put in the chat box, it's pareidolia. And this is the word that they use. We're not going to study it today, but it's a word that they use for this phenomenon. When we look at something and we see in that something a human face or a human figure or something like that. That's called pareidolia. And that's kind of this interesting phenomenon. If you type it into Google Images, you'll get all kinds of pictures of trees and clocks and things like this where you can see a human face. So that's the same thing that's going on in our picture here of Mars from this week's news. Okay, enough about that. Let's get to some... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry, but can you type in on Google Chat? Because I use the mobile and it's impossible to read.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So here is the word. There you go. So that is something very interesting. If you like psychological kind of things, you like to study human behavior. Okay, so for our next, or for our first news article, here's a picture. Victor, can you tell me what you see in this picture?
I see the elderly man. He's sitting in front of a few cans, few orange or red cans with coins. I don't see it.
Good.
Clearly.
Yeah, you see that right in there. All kinds of coins, and these we wouldn't likely call these cans because they're not made of metal. When they're made of plastic, we would call them either buckets or pails. Buckets or pails.
Okay, bucket or pails.
So they're full of change or coins, as you said. Does the man look happy about it?
Not so much.
So, Victor, if you just had to take a wild guess, what is going on here?
Maybe it's the man. The man is cleaner of the something famous fountains where is coins drawn.
So, sorry, do you think that he collected these coins?
No, he's cleaner.
Oh,
Cleaner.
he's cleaning, and he is. Okay.
He
So
cleans fountains?
Why is he sad then?
I don't know. Maybe he can't use it because it's his work.
Okay, he's not allowed to spend the coins.
Yeah.
All right, what a great idea. Okay, it's totally wrong, but very imaginative. I love it, Victor. Good job. Anybody else have a guess as to what's going on in this picture?
I think he's clean as well. Before I saw the TV from Rome, a fountain, very famous fountain, and people threw the coin. The coin gathered from the world. So once a week or sometimes they clean the fountain. They gather the coins and segregate coins to each countries. Then each kind of donation for some a care house or somewhere.
Okay. Okay.
And
So you agree with Victor?
He's a little sad because of the economic recession. The coin is decreased too much compared to before.
Okay. He's sad because the donations are getting lower.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Good idea. It's not correct either, but it was a
And
good
maybe
guess.
he has to separate all kind of coins.
Ah, he's got to separate them all. That would make you sad too. I agree. Yes. Well, I guess it's time to find out the answer. So here is our news article, and I'll give you a link here. I'll put it in both chat boxes because I'm not sure which one everybody's using. This is our first news story. So let me try to make this a bit bigger. Okay. Now, let's get started with the reading. And you'll notice the headline here. Can you read the headline for us, Ivan? Hello, Ivan, are you still with us? I hope Ivan is able to get back. Maybe he just stepped away. So let's pass this over to Eva. Could you read the headline for us?
Yes. Insurer pays off lawsuit with thousands in coins.
Very good. Nicely done. So let's just practice this word together, Eva. If you break it up into two parts, first we have the word law, correct?
And
law.
Suit.
And then over here, suit.
Suit. Okay,
Yeah.
lawsuit.
Exactly. And you use the same word if you're talking about a man, he wears a suit. It's pronounced and spelt the same way.
Okay.
But in this case, yeah, lawsuit. So just read the headline for us one more time.
Insurer pays off lawsuit with thousands in coins.
Good, nicely done. So let's find out a little more about this. Eva, you keep reading, and let's see. I'll have you read down to paragraph 4.
Okay. An insurance company settled a lawsuit with a Los Angeles man by dropping off buckets full of thousands of quarters, nickels, dimes, and pennies, his attorney said Wednesday. Andreas Carrasco, 76, filed a lawsuit in 2012 against Adriana's Insurance Services, a Rancho Cucamonga-based company. The East Los Angeles man alleged that during an argument over why the company had cancelled his auto insurance, an agent assaulted him by physically removing him from the office. The company reached a settlement in June and last week delivered partial payment in the form of a check, but also tried to leave buckets of loose change in his lawyer's East Los Angeles office, attorney Antonio Gallo said.
All right.
Oh, it was so hard.
I know, you did great. You did great. And you pronounced lawsuit several more times, and you did it correctly, so good job.
Thank you.
Now, you said it was difficult, though, so there are some words here maybe you're not familiar with. Was there any particular words that you found especially difficult?
Okay, there was a lot. So, dimes, I don't know what does it mean.
Okay, dimes.
It's correct, dimes.
So here we have quarters, we have nickels, we have dimes, and we have pennies. Now, if you had to guess, what do you think those are, Eva?
Small coins, for example, so just money, but not a paper.
That's right.
Yeah, so there is a lots of different type of these coins.
Yeah. Now, in English, we don't. We use like nicknames. Do you know what a nickname is?
Yes, I know.
So when we're talking about our coins, we don't say their value. Like I would not say, I'm going to give you a 25-cent coin, or I will give you a 5-cent coin. We don't say that.
Okay.
If it's 25 cents, we say it's a quarter, because it is a quarter of a dollar.
Yeah.
25% of a dollar. So that's a 25-cent piece. Now a nickel is a 5-cent piece.
5 cents. Okay.
5 cents. And the reason we call them nickels, because when they first made them years and years ago, they were forged out of nickel, out of the metal nickel.
Uh-huh.
So they started to call them nickels. Dimes are 10 cents. I guess it comes from the French for 10.
Okay.
And then finally, can you guess what pennies are?
1 and 2 cents.
Yeah, 1 cent piece. 1 cent piece. In Canada, they've stopped producing the penny last year. They canceled them.
Mm-hmm.
So now the smallest coin in Canada is a nickel, 5 cents.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions about what we've just been discussing? Okay. Was there anything else that you want to talk about, Eva?
I didn't familiar with attorney or
attorney. Okay, let me find that word. Where is it?
Attorney is a similar lawyer, not.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anything else?
Rancho Cucamonga-based company.
That's just I think that's just a location.
Okay, and the East Los Angeles man alleged.
Okay, alleged. Very good question. Can someone help out? Eva, what does it mean, alleged?
Like it said.
Say that again, Heidi?
Like it said.
It is said?
Yeah, similar to it.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of the idea. So, Eva, if I charged you, if I went to the police and I said, Eva came into my house and robbed me.
Okay, it's not, maybe not true. Probably not true.
It hasn't been proven.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's been said, like Heidi said, somebody has said it, but it's not proven yet. It's alleged. Does that make sense?
Thanks. It's okay for me.
Okay.
I think so. Everything else okay. Yes.
All right. Anybody else have any questions about this section?
No.
All right. Let's move on then, and let's have Yvonne do the next section of reading for us. Let's see.
Okay,
How about
please.
down to here?
Okay, I don't have the link because it's important not to share in the Engago, but you up or
It didn't.
down?
It's not showing up.
No, in Hangout not.
Okay. Can you see it off of the screen?
See, yes, the East Los Angeles. Okay.
How about I give you a
The
smaller
company.
section? I'll
The-
give
the
you
co-
four paragraphs.
Okay, the company. Correct.
Starting here with the East Los Angeles.
Okay, the East Los Angeles man alleged that during an argument over why the company had cancelled his auto insurance, and the agent assaulted him by physically removing him from the office. The company reached a settlement in June. In the last week, delivered partial payment in the form of a check, but also tried to leave buckets of loose change in Liar East Los Angeles office. Attorney Antonio Gallo said. Gallo said he refused to accept the delivery because he couldn't verify the amount in the buckets. But he said the cash was left the next day when he was at a court. His assistant said, "Hey, people, come in and just drop it off in the lobby." Gallo said. Gallo wouldn't disclose the settlement figure, estimated there maybe be 2,000, correct?
20,000.
20,000 or more in coins.
Okay. Wow, that was a good job, Ivan. Nicely done. So we should practice just a couple of these words that can be troublesome for us when, if we speak Spanish or Italian, certain things are hard to say. So let's practice a couple of them. The first one, it's the same one that Ava was wondering about, and this is pronounced with a soft G sound, a J, alleged. Alleged.
The E mo is okay, alleged.
Exactly, alleged. Good job. And then a little bit later on in your reading, let me find it here. Okay, can you just say this word for me again, Ivan?
Richard.
Okay, so here's the thing with the ED. Sometimes we pronounce the E, but most of the time we don't. So we need to go directly from the CH sound to the D, and it almost sounds like a T, so we would say reached, reached.
Reached.
One more time?
Reached.
Hey, there you go. That sounds perfect. Good job.
And another word is a settlement.
Settlement.
Settlement. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you did pretty good on that one, yeah. Now, have a look at this one. Say this word for me.
Said.
Okay. So here we want to pronounce the D. Make sure the D comes out. Sometimes Italian speakers will cut off that D sound and it sounds like say. So try pronouncing it like this. Said.
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 Good. So now put it in the whole sentence for me here. Read this sentence right here.
Okay, but he said the cash was left the next day when he was at court.
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 Yes, good. You got it. Just right. Said. And now I want to practice this one down here. Remember what I taught you about how to pronounce reached? Now I want you to do the same thing and pronounce this word.
Dropped.
Exactly. Perfect. Nicely done. So you can see how, and you're going to find out there's a few exceptions to this, but often we don't pronounce that E in the ED words. Maybe that's a subject for another class we can practice those things. Okay, really good job, Ivan. I'm
Thank you.
impressed. So have you got any questions about the section that Ivan just read? Are there any words you want to talk about?
Okay, 1 minute. No. No.
You good? Anybody else have any questions about this section? All right, sounds like we can go on. So let's read the next part. Victor, can you read this section for me?
Okay. There's maybe 17 buckets of coins, he said. They probably each weighed anywhere between 70 to 100 pounds. I'm assuming because I can't lift them. One bucket is entirely full of pennies, he added. Gallo said he didn't think the payment was illegal in California, but it is unique. It's insulting to my client. He's 76 years old. He just had a hernia operation. Come on, Gallo said. He feels that he wasn't treated as a human being. I'm disappointed, by the way. Adriana's treats their customers and the elderly, Carrasco told KNBC-TV. We might be poor, but we are people too.
All right. Tremendous job, Victor. So good. I only noticed you had trouble with just one word, and that was this one. Not a word we use very often. But this is pronounced hernia.
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 That's it. Good. Do you know what that means by any chance?
No. Hernia.
Anyone else ever heard that? What is a hernia?
Inside.
I think I know what is it, but I don't. I can't say in English.
Okay.
Kind of illness. Illness.
So
Hernia.
a hernia, yeah.
It's a typical sick in the remember. I don't say in English.
Well, it could. Let's say that it's.
He can't raise or lift nothing because he have a pain and it's very dangerous for him.
That's right. It's a tear in the wall of your abdomen.
Sometimes it happens a person who try to bring up some heavy things.
Yeah, that's right. If you lift something way too heavy, you can tear or cause a rip in the wall of your abdomen or groin area of your body. And then a bit of the organ tissues will come out of it. And then they have to do an operation and push it all back in and stitch it up. So that's a hernia operation. Okay, very good. Any questions about what you read, Victor?
No.
So let's just finish it off, and then we'll just have a question or two about the article. So Heidi, can you finish off the reading?
Okay. A call to insurance attorney, Edvan Flores, wasn't immediately returned. Gallo said he had been in contact with the company's attorney and would like to see the insurer issue a check for the rest of the settlement and take away the coins by Friday. Otherwise, he will have to hire someone to count the stash. If the money is short, then we'll probably go back into court to ask for the full amount, along with the cost of counting the coins, and hopefully some sanctions, Gallo said.
All right. Beautiful job, Heidi. Your reading is coming along very nicely. Let's just practice one or two things here. Let me just hear you say this word one more time. How does that one? How do you pronounce that one?
Insurer.
And then the next one here. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
This one.
Mm-hmm. Issue.
Okay, you got it. Yeah. And then one more. Whoops.
Check.
Perfect. Okay. I thought I detected something there, but you got those all just right. Nicely done. So let me ask you this question. What is a stash?
Maybe the coins. I'm not sure.
Oh, it has to do with the coins, yes. So but it can be other things. If I have a stash of something, what might that mean? Anybody want to comment?
Like hidden things.
Hidden things. Okay.
Or maybe bring these coins in a safety place.
That's right. Stored up somewhere for safekeeping. So you could have a excuse me, you could have a stash of cash, or you could have a stash of food. For example, we might say that the squirrel stashes away nuts for the winter. So that's because the squirrel is storing up or saving a supply of something. So that's what a stash is. Now, Heidi, did you have any questions about what you read?
No question.
So, Heidi, can you tell me then, what is this article all about? Can you summarize the article?
An insurance company had a lawsuit to Los Angeles man, and he dropped off bucket full of the small coins. So he can't count all coins. It's kind of payment from the person. Then he can't count all of the coins. It was kind of insulting for all the people who are weakened people. So after that, he need to hire someone to count the coins. So if the coins have some luck, he need to ask additional money, and even he paid to the person who counted.
Okay, very good, nicely done. So let me ask a couple of questions to you, class. Victor, let me start with you. What do you think of what this insurance company did to the man?
I think insurance company revenged him for something. Kind of.
So, okay, so we wouldn't use revenge in that way. What we would say is the insurance company
took revenge. Okay.
On the man. Yeah, that's how we would say it. They took revenge. All right, very good. Now, let's see. Eva, if I have in my hand 2 dimes, a nickel,
yes.
How much money do I have?
A quarter, 25 cents.
A quarter is 25, but I also have 2 dimes and a nickel.
2 dimes, that is 20, and a nickel, it's 5.
Exactly. So altogether, we have how much?
25.
But I also have a quarter.
Oh, okay, it's 50.
Exactly. Good. 50 cents. So try this week, if you're getting, well, I guess you're not using Canadian or American money in Germany. But see if you can find a way to use those words, dime, nickel, and quarter, somehow this week, just so that it'll be cemented in your memory what that means. Nickels, dimes, quarters, pennies. Okay. Ivan, I got a question for you.
Yes.
If a company owed you money and they came and paid you with buckets of coins, what would you do?
I don't know really my reaction. Yeah. I don't know really, but I think it's very angry and
Would you get mad? Would you be
yeah.
angry?
Yeah, I'm simply angry because it's impossible because it's not it's not to analysts not permitted to pay me in this mode. Okay.
Okay. So you would fight it.
Yes.
All
No,
right.
I'm joking. I don't know. I know. I'm joking.
You're a peaceful man. You're a peaceful man.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, everybody, let's move on to a new story. And I think today I'm going to let Eva choose our next story. So here are your choices, Eva.
Okay.
We can read a story about something weird in a person's hamburger, or we can read a story about people who thought that a ghost trashed their apartment. Which story would you prefer?
The second one.
About the ghost. Okay. Let me get this story ready for you. Here it comes. I'll give you the link so you can open it up in your window if you would like. And I'll put it in the Google chat as well for Ivan. Okay. Let me make this bigger. Okay, here we go. So, I think we're back to Eva. It's your turn to read, so you can start with the headline for us.
Okay. Couple hotel ghost trashed their home finds scary troll hiding under bed.
Okay. So, what does it mean if something or someone trashed your home?
Go in every rooms and every place in the house, and I think so.
Okay, so they go into all the rooms, and what do they do in those rooms?
Just go and go every direction. I don't know the real word, the synonym for this.
So we might say that they make a mess, or they break things. They trash the apartment means that it's totally ruined or destroyed.
Okay.
So I think you'll understand a little better when you start reading. So why don't you read for us the first two paragraphs of our article.
Me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Brian and Bridget O'Neill came home to their Seattle apartment late last Wednesday and were shocked to find it absolutely trashed. Lotion was smeared on the door handles, a can of paint had been dumped into the toilet, the junk mail was ripped open, it was a mess. Surprisingly though, nothing was missing. All of their valuables were still there. They called the police, but they couldn't figure out what had happened either. The couple wondered if it had maybe maybe been paranormal activity, but discovered the scary truth later that night. There was a meth addict with a knife hiding under their bed.
Okay, good reading. This is a scary story you picked for us, Eva.
Yes. Okay, I think I know what does it mean, trashed, absolutely trashed. So the lotion was smeared on the door handles, a kind of paint had been dumped into the toilet. Okay, so everything, it's different, that one day goes away, and it's... so...
Yeah, that's good. That's the idea. This is a very key word right here.
A mess. It was a mess.
That's right. They had totally made the house a big mess, so they trashed the house. Sometimes we use that expression when maybe a rock band has been in a hotel and they ruin their room in the hotel. They break the windows and they spill things. They trash the hotel room. Same kind of idea. So you did really well with your reading on that one, Eva. There's just 2 words I want to practice with you. The first one is this one. And in this case, I want you to look at these 3 letters. If you view that as a separate word, how do you pronounce it? Now they're on the side. They're on the side of your head. What are they?
I don't know. So I try ear, smeared.
Right. There you go. So like on the side of your head, you have 2 ears, right? For listening. Yeah. And that's how in this particular word you pronounce it with a long E sound. Smeared. Smeared.
Smeared. Smeared. Okay.
Very good.
What does it mean correctly? I understand in the text, but...
You're not sure exactly what it means.
Yes.
No problem. Eva with that word, smeared. I'm going to help you out with a picture. Here is a picture of something that is smeared. So Eva, when you see that, what do you understand?
This rouge smeared.
That's right.
Okay, so, I understand. I can't explain.
It's like rubbed.
Okay,
okay. Or it is, yeah, when something is smeared, it's pushed around on the surface where it's not supposed to be.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. So now let's go back to our reading. You have one more word I want to practice with you, and it's this one. This time we need to pronounce both of these vowels in the middle, and we're going to give the U a long U sound. So it's valuables. Valuables.
Valuables.
Valuables.
Valuables.
That's it. So the A doesn't have an A sound. It's not valuables, but it's an sound.
Yes, okay.
So just say this whole sentence for me right here.
All of their valuables were still there.
Okay, very good, very good. So they thought that there had been paranormal activity. What does that mean?
It's not a real activity. It's something that not a human body do, maybe. So I think so.
Yeah, they were thinking... Sorry, go ahead.
Just a paranormal activity means this for me.
Yeah, that's a word they use if it's something unexplainable. So people talk about ghosts and things, and they talk about paranormal activity. Okay, let's read the next section. Let's give Victor one more chance to read this morning. Can you read this section for us, Victor?
Okay. After the cops spent about 45 minutes trying to figure out what had caused the destruction in the couple's apartment, they left and the O'Neills started to clean up. Bridget discovered the soles of about 20 of her shoes had been ripped out, and electronics had been piled all over the bed. Brian bent down to pick up a bracelet off the floor, and that's when they heard it. It was a noise coming from something alive, Brian said. It sounded like a dying possum or raccoon. I had only heard wounded animals make that kind of noise before. Bridget wondered if it was one of their two cats, but Brian said, I don't think it's the cat. When the noises got louder and they started hearing fierce scratching, they fled the scene and called the cops again. When officers returned, they searched the bedroom and found a skinny, wild-eyed woman who had been hiding under the bed for at least 2 hours.
All right, nicely done again, Victor. So, just as far as pronunciation goes, I noticed a couple of words we can practice. First of all, we have this one. This is pronounced bracelet. Bracelet.
Bracelet.
You can see there's two words in, or there's the word brace right in it. So bracelets. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, it's kind of jewelry for women.
That's right. It goes around their wrist. Okay, good. And then the other one I wanted to practice, let me find it. Was it this one? Let me just hear you say this word for me, Victor.
Searched.
Okay, so you got the D at the end. And let's try this one.
Returned.
Good, good. And this one here.
Called.
Good. Okay. So it's important not to cut off the D at the end. And so when you pronounce those, you did it right. Very good.
What did I say? Cult?
One of them you left the D off, and I didn't write it down as you did it. I just heard it, and I'm just trying to remember which one it was. Maybe it was this one.
Okay.
Wondered, yes. Now, here it says that they found a wild-eyed woman. What do you think that means if she is wild-eyed?
Woman had, I don't know, wild eyes.
So what does that mean to you?
She was kind of crazy. Maybe under drugs.
Okay, yeah, that's
Bingo.
good possibility. Yeah, here's a picture of Ted Nugent, an old rocker, and he's kind of wild-eyed in this picture. That's kind of the idea.
Yes.
So that's very good. You guys, we don't have time to read the end of the article, but let me just ask you a couple of questions about what you've read so far. Ava, what would you do if you got home to your apartment or house and it had been trashed? What would you do?
What I would do, I don't know. I'm surprised, and I just try to find out what happened, and I just go to every room and see everything. Maybe is there anyone which was missing or not, and when I just find a girl in the room, I think so. I will fear so much, and I don't know what can I do in this situation.
Would you call police?
Yes, maybe.
Okay, good. Now, you said that you would go in and look in all of the rooms, but do you think maybe there's something you should do first?
The door.
What about
That
the door?
what is this thing when so I can use my key or not? The door was open or not? This is the most important question.
So if you get to your house and the door is open, you can see someone has gone in. You don't know if they're in there or not, right?
Not.
So probably the wisest thing would be not to go in the house, right? Maybe call the cops.
Yes.
But we're always curious. So I know that I was robbed once. My wife and I got home. We had been visiting the capital city. When I got back to the apartment, the wooden door had been broken, and the door was open to our apartment. I should have just called the police, but I went inside to check things out. Fortunately, no one was there, but they had stolen my computer, and they had trashed parts of the house looking for money.
Where it was?
This is when I lived in the Dominican Republic here, but in a different town. It was La Vega. And I live in a different town now. But that was kind of a scary day when I got home and found that I had been robbed. Fortunately, it did not involve a meth addict or a wild-eyed woman.
Maybe you didn't fight her.
Yeah, exactly. But maybe. So, guys, that was a great class. I hope you enjoyed it. And I have another class at the same time tomorrow morning. Well, it's a morning for me. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about renewable energy.
Oh, it's great.
You're interested in that subject? Well, come and reserve a seat for my class tomorrow.
Okay.
And I look forward to seeing you then. All right, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Have a great afternoon.
Thank you very much, Ryan.
Welcome.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.